Hey crafty friends, it's Jen from Katahdin Krafts, and I would like to welcome you back to the Cottage Cutz channel today. If you remember, I did a fun Christmas layout for my last project with the cozy winter fireplace, and congratulations to Richard Elliott. You have won that die. I will have all the information linked below where you can collect that. And Richard, you pointed out that you like to see the layouts. Well, I will be definitely doing some more scrapbook pages in the future. So for today, I am working with the holiday fence. And if you like and comment on this video, you will have the opportunity to win this die set. Let's take a closer look at this fabulous die. You can do it with that mailbox or without the mailbox as the packaging shows. The same with that tree, you can do it with or without. And for my sentiment today, I'm using the Season's Greetings. Both of these are from the latest release, the Christmas Part 2. When I want to Copic marker color, I use sticky back paper and I put that on a Copic friendly cardstock. And then I run that through my die machine, and that keeps all these little intricate pieces all together, so when I'm coloring them, I don't have to worry about them getting misplaced. And then for me, I like the way it assembles with the sticker on the back. And next I'm going to color these with my favorite color combinations, but anything that you want to do will work. I do use the packaging for inspiration, and I also had to cut out another set of dies because I wanted to use 2 stone walls in my fence assembling today. The card size I chose to do this week is a mini slimline. I thought that this would be a perfect size for this beautiful fence. And this is my card panel, which is 5 3/4 by 3 1/4, but my final project will be a 6 by 3.5 inch card. I wanted this to be a snowy night scene, so I am using my chipped sapphire, seedless preserves, and a little bit of black soot to form my background. Now you can see that when I'm doing my chipped sapphire, I'm using a little bit of a small brush. I used a heavy hand once upon a time and I snapped that brush. So everybody use a light hand. That's all I need to say right there, right? So when I am blending my oxide inks, I try to keep in mind that the more layers you get onto your cardstock, the better that they're going to blend. So you don't have to push as hard. So therefore I'm using that chipped sapphire and the seedless preserves, and I'm going back and forth with each of them, and then just blending right on top, and then it just gets a nice smooth, almost velvet-like finish. And then for the black soot, I'm just going to use that around the corners and a little bit on the edges for kind of like a vignette look. When I finally get my background panel to my liking, I'm going to pull out my fancy splatter box, which is literally just a cardboard box, and I'm going to grab my distress sprayer because oxide inks do react with water. So I'm going to squirt that down with, I'm going to try to do different sizes of water squirts so it kind of looks like a snowy effect. I'm going to use some picket fence distress distress paint, and I'm going to add a little liquid stardust to that as well with a little squirt of water. I'm going to mix that all up and use a stamp block and a paintbrush, and I'm just going to splatter some white on there. So now it really is getting that dimensional look. You have some snow kind of in the background, and then you have some bigger flakes that are a little bit closer to you. I'm going to set the card panel aside now and let that dry, and I'm going to start to assemble our holiday fence. The first thing I'm going to do is work on this stone wall. I think that this is so super cute with all the details, and I love stone walls. I think that they're just so elegant and pretty. So this was super fun for me to work on. And then I'm going to flip that up, and as you can see, I pull back just a little bit of that sticky back, and then I'm going to put that post behind it, and then I'm going to flip that back up so then it doesn't stick to my workspace as I'm assembling the rest of the fence. I put the white picket fence behind that stone wall, and now I added the garland, and I just made sure that that was centered between the posts and those cute red bows, and then the detail of the little snow drifts on the post tops and along the bottom of that fence where it's going to have that little bit of a wall that sticks out there. And then I did my trees 2 different ways. One, I left the back solid white and I colored the green part, or the negative part. And then the other one, I put some blue Copic marker on the pieces of the snow to just give that a little bit of dimension. And then I'm sticking those onto a green background tree. So you can decide on your own which way that works for you. I kind of like both of them. And then I'm just going to go back into that white background and add a little bit of that bluish tinge to it to make it look like snow, just like I did on the one where I added the negative pieces. So there's definitely two ways that you can do this tree, and both of them definitely have cute little effects. All right, so now I am attempting to center my fence, and I was off just a little bit after I realized when I'm looking back at this. I didn't use my mat correctly, but you could very easily use a mat like this and get that picket fence totally centered on your card. And I'm going to add the tree and then my seasons to the front. And I did make that seasons match those little red bows. I thought that would be a nice tie-in. And eventually I am going to move around the word seasons, and that tree just a little bit. I just wanted to get that a little bit centered and a little tweaked. And off camera, I already assembled my other stone wall. So after I add the seasons, I just have to pop those walls onto this fence. I just love that. It's really making the card come alive now. And then I added my other side, and then I have to put on those little snow drifts again onto the tops of those little posts. And then we have the little wreath to put on the front of the fence, and even the detail of the little fence latch. Now that just really puts the card together. And now the mailbox, which is so cute. I love that it has all the little snow drifts even on top of that post and on top of the little mail flag. I mean, so adorable. It even has the mail slot. To finish off my card, I want to put a frame behind it, and I'm going to use my R24 pen, which is the same one that I used for my mid-tone of the bows and then my seasons greetings. So I'm just going to go around the edge, and this is a 6 by 3.5 piece, which will be the perfect size to go onto my card base. And I'm just going to add that on top, and now you can see how that pulls it all together. And then the season's greetings comes with these cute, adorable little stars that just really puts this whole card another level for me. I just like the way that the yellow offsets it, puts the stars in the sky, which is, perfect for a nighttime setting. And there you have it. Now I'm just going to put my card on my card base. And again, that is 6 by 3.5. I'm going to get a really good crease. I'm using a heavier cardstock than I usually do, so I just had to kind of make sure that that crease was really in there. And I'm just going to add that. And then for the inside of my card, I'm going to add the greetings. So you're going to be able to open it up and say greetings. So therefore we have season's greetings. And this is when the sticky back really comes in handy on stuff like this, how I can just pop it off my paper and then stick it right to the card. And don't forget to dot your I. For a little bit of shine, I'm going to use my clear Wink of Stella pen on all of the snow elements to get that sparkling snow, which, let's not have that anytime soon. Maybe Christmas, okay? Just Christmas time. Can we just keep it till then? Anyway, and I'm also going to do all the little bows. I thought that was a nice added element. And of course the stars, because we've got some twinkling stars in our winter sky. All right, well, thank you so much for crafting with me again this week. I really do appreciate it. You can find all of this at the Cottage Cutz online store, and also make sure that you check out the Cottage Cutz blog. There is daily inspirations. And of course, if you have not yet subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. We really appreciate your support. And we do have a video, at least one video a week, out on the channel. And don't forget to like and comment below for your chance to win the holiday fence die. All right, well, I will see you again in a couple of weeks. And until then, happy crafting.